From concerns about flying to troubles while driving.
Ontario motorists have had their say, and the results are in on the province's Worst Roads campaign. The city of Hamilton has the dubious honor of topping the list. Now, this is Barton Street East getting the most votes as Ontario's worst road, according to the survey conducted by CAA.
Eglinton Avenue West in Toronto came in second place. This year, 4 out of the 10 of the province's worst roads are in Toronto, including Eglinton Avenue East, Lakeshore Boulevard East, and Finch Avenue West. This is double the number of roads in Toronto that appeared on this provincial list compared to last year. To talk more about these results and the goals of the campaign, we're joined by TERESA FELICE, Government and Community Relations with CAA. Hi, TERESA. I know we spoke when this initiative first was starting a little bit earlier. Now you've nailed down that top 10 list. You've heard from people all over the province. What first stands out to you this year?
Well, Barton Street East is in really, really rough shape. And so, it's not a surprise to see it climb to the list. It's been on the list before and slowly making its way to the top as each year the road infrastructure, the road surface is not addressed. So number one, it is for 2022.
And why is that particular road rough? Is it just potholes? Is it other things, traffic flow? What's your sense?
Thing that people are talking about in poor road maintenance on Barton Street East. That's definitely an issue. And it's a really big project and a really big road, part of some very large studies that are happening in the city of Hamilton.
I'm looking down the list. Number 6, Eglinton Avenue East. We in Toronto know all about Eglinton, and also there's another Eglinton Avenue West is number 2, actually. So what is it about Eglinton? What's going on there?
I think voters or people who are nominating Eglinton Avenue East and West, want to make sure that the decision makers in Toronto are aware of the pain points and that I think they get that there's a big transit project that delays any immediate fixes, but they don't want anyone to lose sight of how much that road needs to be addressed as that project concludes and wraps up.
I see. So I was wondering if it was purely related to the Crosstown LRT construction that's been happening for a decade now. So definitely, it's one of those areas of the city I think that a lot of people avoid if they can. But the good news is what does this list do? Once a road is on the list, what happens next?
So CAA's advocacy team kicks in and we communicate with the municipalities that have had roads nominated to the top 10 worst in Ontario or the top regional roads across the 10 regions that we put out a top 5 for. And we, communicate have a dialogue around why people are nominating these roads. We also ensure that senior levels of government continue to earmark dollars that can be accessed by municipalities to deal with their state of road repair.
So is it your estimation that come 2023, none of these roads will be on the list anymore?
That would be great. Some of these are really big projects, as I mentioned, and they take, Barton Street East, for example, has a municipal class environmental assessment that's being done. That can delay a project, especially if you're widening roads or adding cycling infrastructure. You want to make sure you get those designs right. Lakeshore Boulevard East, while there are some, issues around potholes and congestion because of the construction, one of the biggest issues was around poor road signs and markings, and that's a pretty easy fix that can be addressed by the City of Toronto.
Well, thanks for drawing attention to it. TERESA FELICE with CAA. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.